You probably think more sleep is always better. 8 hours, 9 hours, sleep in on weekends, catch up when you can. But in Japan, some of the most well-rested, sharp, energetic people you'll ever meet sleep less than you do. Not because they're overworked, not because they're exhausted, because they sleep differently. Today, you'll discover 6 specific nightly rituals most Westerners have never even heard of. Habits that have nothing to do with counting hours and everything to do with sleep quality, timing, and rhythm. Stay until the end, because the last one is the habit that ties everything together. Once you understand it, you'll never look at your bedtime the same way again. Let's start with the biggest myth. Most people treat sleep like a bank account. 8 hours in, 8 hours of energy out. Miss an hour, and you feel like you're running a deficit all day. But here's the problem. 2 people can both sleep 8 hours. One wakes up foggy and drained. The other wakes up sharp and ready. Same number, completely different result. In Japan, there's less obsession with the number on the clock and more attention to something else: sleep rhythm. The idea that your body doesn't just need rest, it needs rest at the right time, in the right pattern, night after night. This single shift in thinking changes everything that follows. So keep that in mind, because we're about to build on it. Habit 1. The same bedtime, even when it's inconvenient. Picture this. It's Friday night. You're tired from the week, so you tell yourself you'll sleep in tomorrow. Saturday comes, you stay up late. Sunday, you sleep until noon, trying to recover. Monday morning hits, and you feel worse than you did all week. Sound familiar? In many Japanese households, bedtime doesn't move much, even on weekends. Not out of strictness, but because consistency trains your internal clock. Your body has a natural rhythm, called a circadian rhythm, and it thrives on predictability, not variety. When you go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, your body starts anticipating sleep. It begins winding down before you even lie in bed. That's the secret. You're not forcing sleep, you're inviting it. The takeaway here is simple. Pick a bedtime you can actually stick to 7 days a week, not just 5. Even a 30-minute buffer on weekends makes a difference. But that's not the surprising part. The next habit is something almost no one in the West does on purpose. Habit 2. The art of the short nap. A businessman on the Tokyo subway closes his eyes as the doors shut. 6 stops later, his eyes open right on cue, and he walks off the train sharper than when he sat down. No alarm, no struggle. Just practice. There's a word for this in Japan: inemuri. It roughly means sleeping while present. You'll see it on trains, in offices, even in meetings. It's not laziness. It's culturally accepted as a sign that someone works hard enough to need it. Here's what matters for you. A short nap, somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes, taken earlier in the day, can help you feel more alert without interfering with nighttime sleep. The key word is short. Long naps, especially late in the afternoon, tend to backfire and make nighttime sleep harder. Think of it like a battery top-up, not a full recharge. You're not trying to replace lost sleep. You're giving your brain a quick reset. If you're someone who crashes at 3 p.m. every day, this one habit alone could change your afternoons completely. We'll come back to naps in a moment, but there's something happening right before bed that quietly undoes all of this if you get it wrong. Habit 3. The bath before bed. An elderly woman in Kyoto fills the tub slowly, sets her phone in the other room, and sits in silence for 20 minutes before she even thinks about sleep. No rushing, no scrolling, just water and quiet. In a lot of Japanese homes, the evening bath isn't just about getting clean. It's a ritual. And there's a simple piece of physiology behind why it works so well. When you warm your body up, then step into cooler air, your temperature starts to drop. And a dropping body temperature is one of the natural signals that tells your brain it's time to sleep. This is different from a rushed 5-minute shower right before collapsing into bed. It's slower, intentional, a transition, not a task. If a full bath isn't realistic for you, even a warm shower, 60 to 90 minutes before bed, can help trigger that same cool down effect. The goal isn't just hygiene, it's giving your body a clear signal that the day is over. This next one is the one that quietly ruins good mornings, and almost nobody connects the dots. Habit 4, protecting the room like it's sacred. A man named Kenji walks into his apartment in Osaka after a late shift. He doesn't turn on the overhead light. He clicks on a small lamp by the futon, sets his phone on a shelf across the room, face down, and lets the space stay almost empty. No desk clutter. No pile of laundry on a chair. Just enough to sleep. There's a psychological reason minimalism and good sleep go together. A cluttered room keeps your brain subtly alert, scanning, processing, never fully settling. A calm, empty space does the opposite. It tells your mind there's nothing left to do here except rest. This also applies to light. Bright overhead lighting in the evening confuses your body's natural signals. Many Japanese homes rely on warmer, dimmer lighting at night, especially in the hour before bed. An hour before sleep, dim the lights. Clear anything off your nightstand that doesn't belong there. Treat your bedroom like a space reserved only for rest, not a second office or storage room. You won't feel it that night. You'll feel it the next morning. This next one has nothing to do with willpower and everything to do with what's on your plate. Habit 5, eating light, eating early. A family in Fukuoka sits down at 6:30 p.m. Grilled fish, rice, a small bowl of vegetables. Nothing heavy. By 9 p.m., dinner is a distant memory, not something still sitting in their stomach while they try to fall asleep. Traditional Japanese dinners tend to be lighter than the typical Western dinner, and they're often eaten earlier in the evening. This matters because digestion takes energy. When you eat a large, heavy meal close to bedtime, your body is still working hard to process it while you're trying to rest, even if you don't notice it happening. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Just try shifting dinner earlier when you can, and keeping the portion a little lighter than usual. Give your body a few hours to finish digesting before you ask it to shut down for the night. You'll sleep deeper without ever knowing why. Now here's the habit that ties every single one of these together, the one I promised would change how you think about all of this. A man steps onto his small balcony in Nagoya the second he wakes up, still in his pajamas, and just stands there for 2 minutes, letting the morning light hit his face before he even makes coffee. In many Japanese mornings, there's no scrolling in bed, no 15 snoozes. Often there's a small ritual: opening a window, stretching, stepping outside briefly for natural light. Morning light exposure is one of the most powerful tools for resetting your internal clock. It tells your brain the day has officially started, which helps set up better sleep the following night. It's a cycle. Good mornings lead to good nights, which lead to good mornings again. So the final piece isn't really about nighttime at all. It's about how you greet the morning. If you wake up and immediately expose yourself to soft, natural light, even just standing near a window for a few minutes, you're reinforcing the exact rhythm we talked about at the very beginning. Everything connects. The consistent bedtime, the short nap, the warm bath, the calm bedroom, the lighter dinner, and finally, the intentional morning. None of these work in isolation. Together, they build a rhythm your body starts to trust. Sleeping less in the Japanese sense was never about deprivation. It's about efficiency. A body that knows exactly when to wind down and exactly when to wake up, because you've trained it to expect that rhythm night after night. You don't need to change everything tonight. Pick one habit from this list. Try it for a week and notice what happens. So here's my question for you. Which one of these 6 habits are you going to try tonight? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If this helped you, hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. Sleep well, and I will see you in the next video.